Welcome back to the GSL Team League. I almost said Code S, caught myself. We are going to see if Lynn can take on Revival. Lynn, I think, is a good choice for this, though.
You know, I don't know. I'm the guy that likes to use the absolute maximum, you know. I might have chosen Thorazane here, but maybe Thorazane will be next. We'll see. The map is Xel'Naga Fortress. Hey, that's a good choice right there. A Terran on Xel'Naga Fortress.
Yeah, it's definitely a good Terran map. But we'll see what Revival has in store for us here as the game is now loading. Lynn, the Warcraft 3 legend who played Orc, now here playing StarCraft 2 against Revival, the person who finally managed to slay Phoenix. Over here in the upper left.
F United, Lynn.
Lynn. I believe this is a reference to the Whirlwind ability in Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
God, I hated having to deal with that ability in Warcraft 3.
It's pretty crazy.
I'm like, oh, my stuff's surrounded. Now, in the bottom left, we have... Wait for it. It's coming, I promise. Is it? All right.
TSL, Revival.
Sickest lag. Revival. Well, I think Revival will have a hard... time on this map.
TSL players fighting. All right. 2 barracks play for Lynn. Not surprised. Great build, of course. Revival is going to be going to hatch first, as Zergs most oftentimes do. There it is.
Spawning pool has now been planted. I actually personally have a hard time on this map.
I have a question here, and maybe this is related to why the center tower dies off on this. How old is this Xel'Naga Fortress? Because if the Xel'Naga are a race so sophisticated that they created things such as watchtowers, and they created things such as Protoss and Zerg, then a fortress is something that they would not need. So, and imagine evolving up from medieval times to being able to do all that. How old is this fortress?
It's probably old. It was probably a theme park at some point in time.
Okay. See, something like that would make more sense, but we, like,
it's where the
think it's a
Xel'Naga
fortress.
do role play.
Yeah. We're like, oh, this must be a fortress. It's like, well,
the
no.
Xel'Naga are like, oh, that's just a stupid thing I do. Bunker coming up here.
Never call anything you do stupid.
Nope.
Always be proud.
Now we have drones driving out the SCV. This is sort of routine now in this match.
A lot of SCVs are coming, though, Tasteless.
Oh, is he actually
Lynn is serious about this. He is super
well, if
serious.
he is, I think it's a pretty big mistake.
Well, he's got a lot of SCVs here, so we'll see. That bunker's
denied.
Has to be canceled. And we do have a Spinecrawler going up. Revival coming out. He has a lot of Zerglings. He has a lot more on the way as well. More and more Marines do get rallied in.
Lynn is going all balls out on this.
Yeah. Revival's doing a great job of defending thus far, though. And with that Spinecrawler coming so close.
Yeah, it's almost
done. Where are the rest of his Marines? Oh, this is getting a little bit shaky.
Lynn is dead.
Well, he's taking a lot of damage, man. That's for sure.
I'm kind of surprised he would have, excuse me, that he would have done that rush on this map. You look at the minimap, guys. That is such a long distance to travel.
Well, you know, it's hard for Zerg to take extra bases later on. I like longer Terran play on this map.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, actually play a longer game, and Zerg is eventually going to feel the heat, man. They're going to feel the pressure because where do they take... Where is the third base, even? The third base is hard to take. Where's the fourth base? Well, if you've secured a third, maybe you can get a fourth, but it gets pretty hard as the game gets longer and longer, while Terran can cover a huge amount of distance with siege tank range. So I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit short-sighted to rush someone on a map like this. It's like when Jelizerg on Belshire Beach went Baneling Bust against a Protoss. It's like, well, you can do it. Yeah, absolutely, it's fine to mix that in, but it's a good map for Zerg, and this is a good map for Terran against Zerg. So, same type of deal. IMO.
Now,
ooh, I like going up to 4 Barracks play by Lin.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. Well, he might be good doing a second time in attack when Zerg takes a third.
Well, Zerg is making 2 more spines, unfortunately for Lin. So, Revival's going to be pretty darn safe. Not even getting his gas yet, just really focusing on drones. Really like the play, actually.
And now we have Revival. He's going to come in here, and he's going to see both these barracks.
Yeah,
so he actually knows everything now.
That isn't an Overlord. That's an It's Overlord.
Oh, my God. You're good. So, right now, Revival knows basically every single thing he needs to know.
He knows everything in the world, and he adds 4 gases at once because he already has 4 spines. He's making 8 more drones. Kid ain't afraid of anything. He knows that he'll hold this easily with 4 spines.
Epic spine, the epic music's playing around for the Zerg. Dun, 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 dun. This is the actually the best music the Zerg does.
No, the Terran do. Both
no, Artosis, you dropped the ball yet again. You didn't even know which one had the best music. You let your fans down. Way to go, bro. Way to go, guys. Your career is done.
Yeah,
it's over. Well, Lin is going to have to kind of revert back into just turtling. I don't think he can really do a time in attack.
He's at 22 SCVs against 40 drones. More and more drones are on the way. All 4 gases are mining. The layer is going up.
You can see he's already made his new command center. So
Revival has basically done everything just right here. You know, he's got to just feel so confident, so good about this. With the 3 queens, he's starting to really spread some creep. He's even going to connect his main and natural because he wants to be a really great Zerg.
Bala.
That's what really great Zergs do, is connect that. Except for July.
That's what Artosis does when he plays Zerg.
Yeah, man. That's
gets me all hot and bothered.
That's what Zerg's supposed to do. Well, I mean, Lin has his expo up, but what to do from here?
Well, Lin, if you look at the supply, even that tells the story as well. 48 to 62.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a gap. The 3rd base is just being started for a Zerg. He's spreading creep right over to that area as well. Stim on the way. Factory on the way. I'm wondering what he's going to do with that 3rd command. Is he just going to use that to get his SCV count up and make some extra mules, or is he going to land it and try to get a quick 3rd and maybe turtle it out? I feel like that might be a little bit scary against Revival, such a good player who will know to take like 2 bases if he does that. Baneling speed on the way. Spire just started. Everything's looking really great for Zerg. Really. I'm actually really pleased with the way he's playing.
Artosis, we got a little bit of downtime, so I have to ask the hard questions.
All right.
What's your favorite Muppet?
You know?
That's a tough question.
That's a tough question.
That's actually a tough one.
I have to say that I most feel attached to Oscar. Oscar? The Grouch. Yeah. The guy, he lives in a garbage can. He's always cranky. He's a really good StarCraft player. He and I have a lot in common, man. Although I guess I don't really live in a garbage can, and I'm a pretty cheery guy. He's not actually good at StarCraft. But other than that, man, I like his eyebrows. His eyebrows
funny.
are pretty kick-ass.
Kermit, no, not Kermit's wrong. What I said. The best one is actually, I think, Cookie Monster. I've actually YouTubed Cookie Monster as of late, and I'm like, oh, this is still pretty funny.
Yeah, no, Cookie Monster's pretty good, man. You want to know who it's not? It's not Grover.
I don't know. Grover's kind of fun.
It's not Grover.
Well, it's definitely not Elmo.
You asked the best one. It's not Grover.
It's definitely not Grover. He's not even in Code S right now.
No, Grover's stuck in Code B.
He's grinding out in Code B as far as favorite Muppet goes.
Is better than Grover, and that guy's like
that guy's
never
a downer,
around.
man.
Yeah, he's the Eeyore of Muppets.
Yeah, no kidding. What a dream.
So we do have Lin moving out a little bit. He has a medevac going.
Oh my God, we got a Baneling bomb, Baneling landmine.
But And Revival, by the way, once again has Overlords all around the edge of the map already.
This is something we should all be using, guys.
Yep.
What Revival's doing with these Overlords parked over this, they can't drop
I'm a huge
stuff
fan,
out.
man.
I'm a fan.
And that makes him see it. So bam, drop isn't going to happen. Sorry, there's even a Spine Crawler right above you. Here come the Mutas, here come the Queens. Yeah.
Lol, take that. Takes out
And
the medevac.
Lin is down 30 supply. Revival taking his 4th base, already has his 3rd up and running. He has 72 drones against 51 SCVs.
Taking no prisoners here. Okay, Lin is getting farther and farther behind. He's actually getting buried right now on this map.
Certainly is, and more bailing landmines are being used by Revival. And man, Revival is single-handedly helping this team to come back.
Your Revival's doing it.
Right now, I'm actually kind of sad, man. I'm like watching what Lin's doing, and none of these are comeback moves. He's adding more barracks, he's adding more facts. This is like normal play, but he's doing it against someone that has a 4th base when he has only 2.
He's turning this into a very ordinary Terran.
Yeah.
There's nothing interesting about it. There's nothing that the Revival's going to be like, what?
Yeah. He's not doing anything sharp. He's not, he's not doing anything scary or risky. He's not risking. He's just, and by not risking when you're this far behind, it's the opposite of risking. It's just giving your opponent the game if he's a really, really solid pro gamer. It's how can Revival actually lose from here? He's doubled the supply already. It's 170 to 84. Revival is infinitely ahead. And, Lin, I mean, look at this. He's building missile turrets and barracks. And
Lin has really botched this game from the get-go. His decision to do the strategy, the failure in its execution, the terrible response and how to come back. This is not the Lin that I know.
Lin has fallen as of late. Continues to do so, at least in this game. Well, SCV count is falling 42 to 76 drones right now, and 8 more drones on the way, so he's going to bring it up to 80. He just continues to make units and hatcheries. Got to get some more.
What is the background here behind the expansion? It's like kind of this weird rock stuff. It's kind of ambiguous what it is.
What? Oh, where?
The upper left side of the map. Look at that.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
really
yeah.
confusing.
It's basically,
as
this is a fortress, Tasteless, it's on the high ground. That's where you put fortresses. You don't put them on the low ground. That's not a good idea.
No. All right, well, at this point in time, Lin could not be more dead, guys. I don't know what else to tell you.
Well, it's 100 supply to 200 supply.
I know there are nerds that want me to lie to him right now.
Yeah,
like, you couldn't do this. No, man.
I'll
Sorry for being real, dude. There's actually no way Lin can recover at this point in time. It would take the Zerg several blunders in a row.
More than that, I think he'd have to ally his opponent. Look at this.
Okay.
And, Lin is... none of his moves are actually...
I can only imagine Lin right now trying to use the Town Portal Scroll to get out of that booth because this game is so unsighted and realizing he's in the wrong game.
Yep.
Well, I think at this point in time, Revival is waiting like a giant trapdoor spider.
Yeah, he wants
for
him to push
Lin
out
to just
a little
move
bit
out
more.
a little bit more, and then he's going to send everything at him.
He really... Revival is even building spines of Earth, so he doesn't even have to respond with his mutas. He doesn't even want to fly him around anymore. Going to take out this orbital so quickly. I don't know what Lin is doing. It's hard to say. He must be practicing a lot of Warcraft 3 right now.
Yeah, well, actually, that might be the case.
Yeah.
As of late.
I think he got eliminated from WCG Korea, so I think...
Well, I think Moon won the whole thing for WCG Korea, right?
Well, no, he made it to the finals something, but I'm pretty sure Lin actually eliminated early. I don't really follow it that much anymore, but... I don't know what's going on, man. Lin is...
Yeah, this is just a very bad game from Lin. Lin is now pushing out 130 supply. He's pushing a Zerg who's been maxed out for like 5 minutes. All right,
and
guess what happens here?
Does Lin die? Is it over?
No, I think that's about 3 minutes from now, but yeah.
Well, 17 mutas in production as his supply frees up. He has +2 attack, getting +1 armor on this.
There's soon going to be more Mutalisks than there are Marines right now.
Well, that's already the case. 18
oh my
to 17.
God.
Going in to kill the Thor. Sorry, guys. I promise the next game will be better.
Sorry, guys. Next game will be better right now.
Any game is better than this one.
Yeah, this is just a disappointing showing from Lin here.
27 mutas out right now. That's almost the supply of Lin.
GG.
And completely and utterly outclassed is Lin by Revival that game.
Wow. That's just not the Lin I'm used to casting, I gotta say. I'm disappointed with that game. Everything went wrong. Tough beat. Well, Revival is getting closer and closer to doing it, man.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have to see who is the last player coming out for F United. They were on a roll with Phoenix. And unfortunately, Lin totally dropping the ball. You know, if that's his current shape, they actually shouldn't have used him.
Yeah, I just expected more.
If that's his current level, then he shouldn't be playing the GSL.
Remember when he was actually doing well a few months ago? We were casting some good games.
You know, he's had good games in the past. He was slowly and steadily building up, and now I feel like he actually stopped exactly there, and now it's months later.
Yeah.
And it's like, well...
It's like he hasn't developed.
No.
I mean, the way we see these guys playing,
better.
They'll be getting better and better and better as
every
years
time
move
you've
on.
seen ST is better than the last time.
Yeah.
Every time you see any of these pro gamers, they're better than the last time.
That was literally like a strat that was so old and so incongruent with the way you want to approach the map.
Who do we use here?
Thorazane.
Yes. That's correct. Use Thorazane.
Thorazane's a medication, right? That's an antipsychotic?
Thorazine or something is. I don't think Thorazane actually means anything. I'm not sure, though. I don't know. We always have this combo. We never think to ask him.
I think it's an antipsychotic.
Yell to him.
Hey, Thorazane. He's not looking at me. All right.
It has to be Thorazane. If it's Moon, then I ask why they use Lin. If it's Soccer, that's surprising to me, but Soccer I've heard has gotten better.
And Thorazane. This guy's antipsychotic. He takes out crazy nerds.
Yeah.
Thorazane.
He's grown a lot, by the way.
I think he's the same height.
No, he's taller than he was in China.
Is he?
Yeah.
What is he, like 6'2"?
I think he's 6'2", yeah. I have to stand up really straight next to him to not feel like a wimp.
I know.
Well, it is going to be on Antigua Shipyard. Notice Thorazane 3-3 so far. He's had actually some amazingly good games in GSL. Almost won his first round of Code A. Fortunately, he did end up falling. I believe he's going back to Sweden on the 8th, he told me. So he won't be staying long-term like I think Nanoa is going to.
We got to take Thorazane out then.
Yeah.
Buy him dinner, tell him he's handsome.
Well, I tell you what, we might have to get in line for that, man.
No, man, it's easy, dude. I just go up to him at the show. I'm like, hey, come with me. And he's like, all right, man.
That's right, you are tasteless. People just obey without thinking.
That's right. When they come up to me, they can't look me in the eye.
You're like the nerd Pied Piper, man. Tasteless plays his little flute, and all the nerds follow him.
When do you see me at MLG when I get my conch out, and I'm like, brr, brr, like the one from Star Wars where all the Ewoks came out of the trees?
Yeah.
Nerds come out from everywhere. Watch these amazing games get casted. All right. Now, Revival, I guarantee you, is going on a high right now.
Yes.
He hasn't played any particularly difficult games, and
true.
He might win this for his team here.
Oh, he might, but I feel like Thorazane, he is darn good tasteless.
Well, we're going to see. Thorazane is a very fearsome opponent, but can he take on Revival, who's looking pretty damn good? I, as a non-Korean, kind of want to see that, but you never know what's going to happen. All right, Thorazane against Revival. Terran against Zerg. F United against TSL.